if you consider this normal, then you are literally worse than Hitler, you chud. Do you want to be a chud? Well, little did the 41 Minecrafters know that I'm heartless guy, bruh. And yes, there is a collective, massive, mentally ill aneurysm currently going around just because Nightpath has decided to introduce a completely normal looking woman as a romance option. That's right, because as we all know, this is pure evil. Oh man, nature cannot take its course fast enough, honestly. The LGBTQ plus community are already attacking again, yes, because this has happened like a time or two times. The indie low fantasy action role playing A Knight's Path after they released their character Amelie, a healer. God forbid also normal standard gender roles. Ooh, that's a scary one. Who is one of 3 romance options in the game. I personally think this is worse than 9/11. This is the modern 9/11, okay? One user replied, seems like you're making trad wife corn for right-wingers. Yes, this is how absolutely gone we are. I'm honestly containing myself to not completely lose my goddamn mind at this point because this is unironically the state of the world. Sees this literal woman, not even showing skin. This is the worst thing since Hitler. That's the opinion. This is what constitutes as core in these people's minds. I would personally say bring back the asylums, make them work 24/7, increase funding for them because we need this. We need this. We need this a lot. There's a lot of people out there who definitely would find great new homes. Okay? Jail is the best place for a leftist in general. Think about it. Free housing, free utilities, a community, and, you know, all the garbage that they constantly spout for. The developers responded directly that it's just a kind of woman in a modest dress and it's not trad wife. It's just a normal human character. If you wanted to piss some people off, that's probably the worst thing that you could have said. Because accepting the idea that this is normal is obviously pretty much just setting ablaze to to a lot of very fragile minds and egos. And needless to say, the response of these people has been pretty bad. We also already saw this once, but everyone knows what this is. Yes, this was a thing that already happened, and my God, it is a just bad. This is the original post. Meet Amelia, a beekeeper, herbalist, and healer. Beautiful. Oh, with a soul and voice sweeter than the healing honey she makes. One of the 3 romance options in Knight's Path. Seems like you're just yeah. This was the thing. This was the thing from a by the way, this is a burner account. This is 100% a burner account. And we probably can figure out who this burner account is from because Knight's Path, for example, existed by the way, if you did not know, Knight's Path, the absolute not money laundering scheme with a whopping 427 peak concurrent players that literally died in. How much did it take for it to die? Like 4 hours, 8 hours, and it already lost most of its player base? It was good times. It was great times, in fact. I mean, there's nothing more inspiring, in my opinion, than a historically accurate female knight lesbian that beats men in plate mail. The Scissor Queen, also some may say. And it's this is I can't. It's just too pitiful. It's just too stupid. I feel pain. Or maybe it's Vavra's account because God knows that this guy's fucking brains are probably exiting the goddamn atmosphere at this point. How pissed he is that someone actually had Someone actually had morals, decency, and a spine to do something normal and did not have to, sell out everything that he claims he stood for. Granted, Vavra never stood for any of the things that he claims. He completely betrayed his fans and everything else. But that's okay. And this is also a pretty fun thing. This is the response of the leftists. This is your typical response from these people. We already highlighted the same situation in Warframe. These people are just beyond redemption. There is nothing that can save them except institutions. Okay? But again, all leftists should probably go to jail because it seems like a great place. It has all the social values that they kind of admire for equality and all of that shit. But in any case, this is a completely unhinged, insane individual. Just to remind everyone that Nightspad devs are homophobic and transphobic. That's right, because you can't choose one of them, you need to choose multiple. Oh yes, in regards to the LGBTQ question, a simple no would have sufficed. Their wording reeks of an obvious agenda and viewpoint. Wow. What did they say? I hope you have some LGBTQ representation in the game. No one asked for this. No one's gonna buy it. And their answer was very simple. We care about gaming, which is probably already a red flag for them, which is making them take out the pitchforks, and fun and not modern agendas. I mean, I'm personally pretty convinced that this is a firm no if you would ask me. But no. Where I come from, we just call that ma'am. Oof. And yes, this is violence. Okay? The KP's devs are openly blah blah blah. No reason is incredibly disingenuous to say. They continue. This is, by the way, a response to this. By the way, does anyone remember that this shit had 250k wish lists? Yeah, we kind of called it was fake the moment we saw this because it obviously was. It obviously was. And again, 1348 X Watto existed only to money launder in the first place, but only to battle and be up against Knight's Path because they saw that this has no representation and they said like, hold my non-existing funds. And Vavra probably had a boner. It is what it is. Probably, allegedly, who knows? In any case, moving on. And these people are claiming that this is violence. We saw this 2 days ago when I covered the Warframe situation. Just not agreeing with them is violence and bad things and whatnot. Here's more. Straight men are the most boring human beings on earth, blocking out the name because indie is indie even if it's a slob. But oh my god, I'm so tired of medieval knight games, by the way. Why? Because this was said between with the goal of creating a natural beautiful female character. Like, they can't he him pronouns, blah 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 blah, all of the classical shit. They can't. They just hate anything normal. And they try to mask this as some kind of decent opinion. Now, everyone knows that you are trying to incite violence, that you are evil, and you are trying to hurt these people. Everyone knows that it doesn't matter if you block out a name or everything. Everyone knows what you're attempting to do. Everyone sees it. And then Knight's Path asked, "What's wrong?" And I mean, you can pause and read what are the responses, but they're pretty lunatic, as you would expect, because they always are. They always are. Nothing, they're just mad, their sexuality, their entire personality, unfortunately. To be honest, I don't know anyone about the game or the devs. Yeah, this is not about the game. This is just about the fact that they got reminded that the world does not revolve around them, because again, this is the oppression Olympics. Always, it will always boil down to it. So someone got just mad because it's not about them. And that's pretty much it. Unhinged, completely insane opinion. But, it's just a part of the course at this point. Anyway, have a nice day. Bye bye.